Hello friends, once again a warm welcome to ILIT. Today we'll discuss Middle English literature. In the last video we talked about Old English literature that spanned from 7th to 11th century. The link of that video you may find in the description box. Let's begin today's class with the year 1066. 1066 is a very important year in the history of English literature. क्योंकि 1066 से पहले सेक्शंस डोमिनेट कर रहे थे और पीरियड का नाम था एंग्लो सैक्सन पीरियड, और इसके बाद सत्ता नॉर्मन फ्रेंच लोगों के हाथ में आ गई थी, इसीलिए पीरियड का नाम पड़ा एंग्लो नॉर्मन पीरियड. मिडिल इंग्लिश पीरियड और एंग्लो नॉर्मन पीरियड prevails from 1066 to 1350. In other words, the period from 600 to 1066 is known as Old English period or Anglo-Saxon period, and the period from 1066 to 1350 is the period of Middle English, also called Anglo-Norman period. Here you will notice the name Anglo-Saxon period has been replaced by Anglo-Norman period. It is so because in Old English period the dominating group was Saxon, while in the Middle English period Normans came in power. They defeated Saxons in the Battle of Hastings, which was fought in the year 1066. In this battle there were two armies, Norman French army and Saxon English army. Norman French army was led by William the Duke of Normandy, and the leader of Anglo-Saxon army was Harold Godwinson. In this battle the Norman leader William conquered, and the period named Norman conquest. Here conquest means victory gained थ्रू कॉम्बैट, संघर्ष करके विजय प्राप्त करना. युद्ध के बाद विलियम को विलियम द कॉन्करर का नाम दिया गया. हियर आर सम ऑफ द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ मिडिल इंग्लिश पीरियड और नॉर्मन कॉन्क्वेस्ट पीरियड. फ्रेंड्स, नंबर 1, नॉर्मन कॉन्क्वेस्ट पीरियड stretches from the collapse of the Roman Empire in Britain to the beginning of Renaissance. Number 2, this period was a period of enormous historical, social and linguistic change. If we talk about the last one, linguistic change, we can say in this period French language came in domination. It became the language of court and administration of England. Next important thing about this period is, in this period two famous universities, Oxford and Cambridge, were founded. Oxford was founded in 1096 and Cambridge in 1209. So these are some important things about Middle English period. Now let's know some important works associated with Middle English period. They include chronicles, religious and didactic poetry and alliterative poems. Under the heading alliterative poems, we have poems like Pearl, Purity and Patience and Sir Gawain and Green Knight. Religious and didactic poetry contains Ormulum, which appeared in 1200 and was written by a priest called Orm. Other two works in this category are Cursor Mundi, The Owl and the Nightingale. Famous chronicles of this period are La Man's Brut, which is also known as the Chronicles of Britain. During this period, two persons who were making a mark in the world literature were two Italian writers. Number 1, Dante Alighieri, and number 2, Francisco Petrarch. Francisco Petrarch is the one who started the fashion of writing sonnets. Sonnet, as we know, is the poem of 14 lines with a fixed rhyme scheme, usually in iambic pentameter. In Petrarchan sonnets, we find octave, sestet, and volta. First 8 lines are called octave, last 6 lines sestet, and the change of idea from octave to sestet is known as volta. Now let's get acquainted with Dante Alighieri. Dante's first work was Vita Nuova, which means new life. The most popular work of Dante, which is in fact one of the greatest work of world literature, is Divine Comedy. Dante composed the Divine Comedy during exile. Divine Comedy is an allegory of human life. The first use of terza rima we find in Dante's Divine Comedy only. Terza rima, as we know friends, follows a sequence of rhyme scheme A, B, A, B, C, B, C, D, C, etc. The Divine Comedy is divided into 3 parts: Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. In these parts, we come to know Dante's travels through hell, purgatory, and heaven. In this poem, Dante is accompanied by 3 guides. Number 1, Virgil. Virgil represents human reason and guides Dante for all of Inferno and most of Purgatorio. Number 2 is Beatrice. Beatrice represents divine revelation, and the third guide of Dante was Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, who represents contemplative mysticism and devotion to Mary the Mother. Now before I close today's class friends, let's know some very important historical points of this period. Number 1, beginning of 100-Year War. This war was fought between England and France. It started in 1338 and continued till 1453. In the upcoming videos, we'll come to know that 1453 is the year of attack on Constantinople by the Ottoman. Next important event of this period was Black Death. It occurred during 1348-49 and took so many innocent lives. Birth of Geoffrey Chaucer is the next important event. He was born in 1340 or 42. Geoffrey Chaucer is known as the father of English poetry, English literature, and English language. Chaucer was first called father of English poetry by John Dryden in his preface to Fables, Ancient and Modern, which was published in 1700. We'll discuss Chaucer, the morning star of Renaissance, in the next chapter friends. With this, I wind up today's class. Thank you very much.